What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the MaddenBallerz YouTube channel and our Detroit Lions sim franchise in Madden 16. We are in year 2 and we've made it to the final quarter of the season. And we've got some contract discussions going on here between us and Darius Slay. He wants 4 years, $26.4 million, and we're going to offer him exactly that contract and see what he says. And he accepts the offer. He's a young player with good potential, and we want to keep him on this team. But we move on to the Week 14 game against the Indianapolis Colts. And the Lions, well, they get the victory, 49-42. Wow, a high-scoring game here in Detroit in Week 14. And the Lions get it done. And Andrew Luck, 442 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Matt Moore, 396 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Running, Niles Davis ran for 82 yards for the Colts and a touchdown. Joique Bell, 71 yards, 2 touchdowns. Theo Riddick, 36 yards and a touchdown. And we look at the receiving stats. Ryan Quick, 188 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns. Calvin Johnson, 115 yards, and it looked like Ebron had a touchdown reception. As you look at the defensive stats, we move on to Week 15, 3 games left. Maybe the Lions will get a playoff spot if they win out, but they lose to the Jaguars 38-17. A blowout loss, somewhat of a blowout loss for the Lions. And that is their 8th loss on the season. Blake Bortles, 300 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Matt Moore, a touchdown and an interception on the day. Joique Bell, 2 yards shy of a 100-yard game. And Theo Riddick got a touchdown in this game, only 17 yards though on 7 carries. Julius Thomas, the former Bronco, 44 yards receiving and a touchdown. Ruben Randall had a touchdown. Ebron had a touchdown for us. And there are your defensive stats. And we have another injury. Matt Khalil injured again. This time, though, it is really bad. Broken tibia. He will be put on IR. We're going to have to go ahead and go to the free agent pool and sign another left tackle. And Garner, you are going to get signed. Nate Garner will be signed to our squad. And we move on to Week 16 at Lambeau. And the Lions lose again, 31-10. They can't get it done in the state of Wisconsin this time around. And as far as the stats go here, 91 penalty yards for the Lions. Aaron Rodgers, 289 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, an interception. Matt Moore, no touchdowns, 1 interception, 167 yards. Eddie Lacy runs all over the Detroit defense, 124 yards. Joique Bell gets a touchdown and 51 yards rushing. Jordy Nelson, 11 catches, 186 yards. Devontae Adams reels in a touchdown for the Packers. And there are your defensive stats. Stephen Tellick leads the way in tackles with 15. DeAndre Levy, half a sack. And the Lions lose, and we move on to Week 17, the final game of the season against the Falcons. And the Lions go out with a win, 41-27 over the Falcons. A high-scoring game, lots of offense here in this one. And it was Matt Moore, only 37 yards. Looks like he may have gotten injured, and a touchdown. Kellen Moore, 346 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Joique Bell, 73 yards on the ground. Looks like, is that Julio Jones? 11 rushes, 43 yards, and a touchdown. That seems weird, as he had 9 catches for 119 yards and a touchdown. Roddy White had a touchdown. Calvin Johnson had a touchdown. Golden Tate had 2. Lots of offense in this game, and the Lions go out with a victory and make it a 7-9 season for the Lions, but they will miss the playoffs. Here are your wild card games: Titans at Chiefs, Cardinals at Cowboys, Patriots at Steelers, Packers at Panthers. And here are your results: Titans, Dallas, Pittsburgh, and the Panthers all win. So here are your postseason divisional games. Titans at Bills, Panthers at Seahawks, Steelers at Texans, and Cowboys at Vikings. And the Bills, Seahawks, Texans, and Cowboys all win. So your conference championship matchups, Texans at Bills, Cowboys at Seahawks. That is a little surprising. And the results, the Bills and the Seahawks win. What does that mean? That means that is your Super Bowl matchup for Super Bowl 51. Bills at the Seahawks. And the Seahawks win it 42-21. That would be their second Super Bowl in 3 years. And this little clip here is retirees for the season. A little few notes here. Pete Carroll, Tom Brady, Eli Manning, I believe Marcus Colston on here as well. They all retire. So if you want to see some of the retirees, pause the video in there. But we move on in the next episode to the offseason of year 2, where we will have to try to re-sign, if we want, 18 players. We did do some re-signing of players during the season. Hope you saw that. So coming up in the next episode, we will be in the offseason, re-signing, free agency, and the NFL draft. I want to hear your comments down below about what players we probably maybe want to re-sign, should re-sign. What positions should we be looking at in the draft? Leave those comments down there in the comments section. If you like this video, hit that like button and share it. Hit that subscribe button if you're new and want to see more Detroit Lions sim franchise. And as always, you can follow me over on Twitter at MaddenBallerz. And we'll catch you guys in the next episode.